What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first ever non-beer review here on the channel. So recently I've been talking a bit about perhaps diving into other reviews on the channel that aren't beer related, and the feedback has been pretty good. Quite a few of you have reached out to me and told me straight up that it would be cool to see some other reviews on the channel. Now, I know that 99.9% of you have found my channel because of the beer reviews. I've reviewed over 2,000 beers on the channel, and that's not going to change going forward. You're going to see daily beer reviews for the foreseeable future. However, I have interests in other alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, especially for reviewing purposes. I think it'd be good to kind of switch up from time to time. Now, I'm not going to have any set schedule when I release these. If I release a couple in a week, cool. If I release one every 3 months, that's fine by me. When something interests me, I'm going to definitely review it. Now, I'm probably going to focus more on meads, hard ciders, and maybe even hard seltzers. And what I'm reviewing today is a hop water. I might sprinkle those in from time to time as well. I might do some non-alcoholic reviews. I don't know. I don't think I'll probably get into like the soda pop realm or like energy drinks or anything like that. But for the most part, I'm going to focus on the aforementioned types of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. You probably won't see any spirits or like regular wines on the channel. I don't really drink those all that often. But anyway, I thought it'd be kind of fun to like freshen up the channel a little bit and step outside of my comfort zone, so to speak. So again, if this isn't something that interests you, I totally understand, totally get it. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of other content on the channel that is beer related that probably will speak to you a little bit more. So to kick off these non-beer reviews, I am reviewing, like I said, a hop water, and it comes from none other than Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their hop water for the world. Clever name. So this is a Citra, Mosaic and El Dorado hopped non-alcoholic sparkling hop water. It comes in at, unsurprisingly, a 0.0% alcohol by volume, and the time of review, this can is approximately a 1 month old, and it also says on the bottom of the can, now that's what I call high quality H2O. Shout out to Adam Sandler and Waterboy. And this one was sent to me once again by Hop Butcher. So huge thanks to them for this hop water, not beer. I wanted to say beer, but it's a hop water. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies they sent my way. They sent me 12 beverages in total, 6 of which were unique, 5 of them regular beers, and this was the other oddball, which is a hop water. They sent me doubles of everything, so I'm really excited about this. I've had one other hop water. I think it was Lagunitas. I think it's called Hoppy Refresher. I drank it straight from the bottle, and it was all right. Here's the thing, full disclosure, I gotta be honest with you guys, when it comes to any kind of like significantly carbonated water, it can be sparkling water, seltzer, whatever the case may be, the carbonic acid really gets to me when it's super carbonated. So for me, I don't really like them. It reminds me of Alka-Seltzer. Growing up as a kid, if I had like an upset stomach or whatever, you take Alka-Seltzer. I hated Alka-Seltzer. And I think that's kind of a sticking point in my mind when I drink these is I think about Alka-Seltzer because it has that carbonic acid, that like astringent sharpness to it, to the carbonation. The seltzers and the sparkling hop waters that I have enjoyed, whether they're alcoholic or non-alcoholic, they don't have that crazy carbonation that produces the carbonic acid. So I'm hoping that this one isn't super carbonated. Citra, Mosaic, and El Dorado hopped non-alcoholic sparkling hop water. I never thought I'd be reviewing something like this on the channel, but why not? Let's go outside, like I said, the comfort zone and see what we got going on here. I don't know what to expect of this one. I don't know if the review is going to be good. Let's be honest, most of my reviews aren't good anyway, even the beer reviews. But I don't even know how I'm going to break this apart because I've never reviewed one of these. So we're going to experience this together, probably poorly. They also have tasting notes on the back. They have nutrition facts, and they have ingredients, which we'll read at the end of the review. If I remember, hopefully I do. So we're going to crack this one open. It is, a carbonated water. So we're going to give it a pour. I mean, the appearance and stuff, it's water. It's carbonated water. What are we trying to expect out of this? It's going to fizz up, like soda pop, like seltzer. And it's going to, and I definitely Dirty Glass Mafia on this. I've noticed that pretty much get rid of most of them. So hop water for the world, just like a light, like almost baby bluish kind of look to it. I'm looking at the tasting though. I can't see them, luckily, but I was looking at them. Not that it matters. Just fucking hot water, Joe. Get over yourself. Anyway, throw this over here. So what does this look like? Ooh, it looks like, look at this. It looks like fucking water, and it looks like Dirty Glass Mafia with all the carbonation bubbles. sticking to the side. That's much better. So yeah, I mean that, it just looks like water. Good carbonation. This has the nucleation at the bottom, pretty sure, to produce the carbonation that you see. It looks like a glass of water. We're not gonna, and oh my God, it's in the hashtag how proper glassware. Definitely doesn't look like a beer because it's not. Skin and nose. Interesting. So again, around a month old. Okay, so getting a little bit of citrus. I'm getting like a pithy, rindy, like tangerine, I would say. Tangerine and grapefruit. It's funny because smelling this, my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm smelling it and I'm like, there should be something else here. Yeah, the beer should be here because it's hopped, right? I don't know if they actually dry hop this one or they like steep it in the hops, which is kind of the same thing when you do a beer, you know. But I don't know what the actual process is for this, but we'll find out at some point. Yeah, citrus. There's a little bit of like an underripened pineapple, I'd say. What is that? It almost has like this floral kind of woodsy aroma. I don't know. Yeah, it smells different. The thing is I can smell like a refreshing, crisp, like water. When I smell this, like I know that sounds real stupid. It smells, you know what it smells like? It smells like carbonated water if you took some kind of like citrus fruit and like cut up slices and just like put it in there when you're drinking it. So a lot of, you know, places will put lemon or lime in it. It's like they cut up a tangerine and a grapefruit, threw it in here, maybe a little bit of like underripened pineapple. Yeah, a little bit of that floral, woodsy thing. It smells fine. It smells fine. Like I said, the biggest issue for me is going to be the carbonation if I do pick up on that carbonic acid. Otherwise, it doesn't smell bad, and it smells like something that could be quite refreshing. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again to Hop Butcher for this one. First non-beer review. Hopefully, it's enjoyable. Cheers. Okay, so after that first sip, it has a mild carbonic acid kind of feel to it. It doesn't have that overwhelming like sharpness and astringency that I do get with like super crazy over the top hopped like seltzers and sparkling waters. Very carbonated. The body is water. Just want to throw that out there. It's water. It's, you know, it's very crisp. It's super clean because it's water. It's very refreshing on the palate. This would be a great palate cleanser, I think, in between like a beer or like say you're at like a beer fest. And okay, so I take that back. I said I've had the Lagunitas Hoppy Refresher at a couple beer fests over the past 2 years. A couple of them have, instead of just like regular bottles of water, they had like carbonated water. I forget what brand, but I had like one that was like a citrus one, and then I had one that was like raspberry, and those were fine too. But again, I'm at a beer fest, just kind of cleansing the palate, so I'm not worrying too much. First things first, after those first 2 sips now, I can honestly say this doesn't have that Alka-Seltzer carbonic acid kind of feel to it, which I really do appreciate because otherwise this would be undrinkable probably for me. Said the body's, you know, it's water, but it is very crisp and clean and very refreshing. The mouthfeel is very effervescent, very spritzy, high carbonation, you know, akin to, again, the sparkling water. So your seltzers, non-alcoholic, alcoholic seltzers, soda pop, kind of in that realm where you get a very spritzy, over the top, you know, soda pop kind of vibe to it. The taste, it's more subtle than I was expecting. I don't know what I was really expecting, to be honest with you, but maybe I was expecting a little bit more because Citra, Mosaic, El Dorado, and it's hopped. I thought it would be like more of an explosion of flavor. But it's very subtle but nice. Citrus is the key tasting note here. And now in the taste, I'm getting more like lemon lime. It's more of like a lemon lime, tangerine, grapefruit, like kind of hybrid. It's like all of those, but they're not sweet. This has almost no sweetness to it. It's just water. It's just, you know, sparkling water that's been dry hopped, or just hopped. I keep on saying dry hop, but just hop with those 3 hops. But that citrus is really noticeable front to back. And it's nice. It's more pithy. It's rindy. It's not like super juicy and over the top. Again, something you want to be more refreshing. You don't want it to be super sweet. There is some kind of slight sweetness I am picking up like midway through the palate. It's almost like a pineapple, or maybe like a mixed berry, maybe because I'm thinking Mosaic, but like pineapple, mixed berry, maybe a touch of like a mango. It's interesting. It's different than a beer. So it's like, that hits me. But then again, when I'm reviewing a beer, I'm thinking of like the malt base, the rest of the components, the yeast, everything that's being used in here. And here it's just water. So it's like, well, okay. What else you get? Not really anything else. A little bit of like a sweetened pineapple, touch of mixed berry, and like a mango. And it finishes on the palate on the back. It has, again, a slight floral woodsiness, like a woodsy, like you're walking through like a forest kind of finish. Pretty crazy. Like I said, very crisp, somewhat dry on the palate. Yeah, listen, this might be like the first seltzer / sparkling water that I can say I enjoy, and it's a hop water. So maybe I need to start checking these out a little bit more. This is something I would honestly buy to just drink when I'm not, just drinking. Like I usually try to drink. So off camera, I always have this coldest water, the coldest water bottle. I usually drink like 3 of these a day. I think it's like, like 60, I think that's like 22 ounces, 21 point something. So I drink like at least 3 of those a day. So somewhere in like the 60 ounce range of water. I usually have like 1 diet or 0 sugar soda pop per day. And then that's pretty much it. Sometimes I'll drink 4 of those. It all depends on how thirsty I am, but at least 3 of those a day. And I could see this kind of supplement that to some degree, like maybe drink a can or 2 of this instead of like 1 full bottle of that. And I think I'd be satiated to the point where I get a little bit more flavor out of it. It's carbonated, obviously, but it adds no calories. It has no artificial or natural sweeteners. I think it would be pretty cool. So I actually like this, surprisingly. And yeah. I wonder if they're going to do other kind of releases, Hop Butcher, because obviously they're known for their beer. I think this is the first time they kind of stepped out and did a hop water. Yeah, so hop water for the world. There's Citra, Mosaic, and El Dorado hop, non-alcoholic sparkling hop water. I'm going to give this a straight. I'll just go straight 4 out of 5. I don't know what else to really say about it, because again, I've had, off the top of my head now, thinking about those beer fests, I probably had like 3 or 4 different hop waters at this point, and I would say this is the most enjoyable. Then again, I've never reviewed any of them, so pretty good. Tasting notes on the back, which we'll look at momentarily. I like that come in 12-ounce cans. I don't know what the price point on this is, but I would hope it's not like super crazy. Anyway, tasting notes. Fresh citrus. Yeah, so like I was saying, lemon, lime, tangerine, grapefruit, that's all. But it's more like pithy and rindy. They say fresh for sure, but it's not like sweet. It's not like juicy or anything. It's just kind of citrus. Pleasant dank. So again, maybe that's where that floral woodsy thing's coming in. I didn't say dank because it's really not dank to me. It's more like a floral, like again, walking through a forest. So that's interesting. Pleasant dank, I can see that. And then bright pineapple. I wouldn't say bright pineapple. I'd say sweet pineapple. But again, it's like the tertiary player. I would say this is more citrus, the slight berry thing, and then the pineapple. But for the most part, it's really citrus heavy. It's citrus centric. So I would say the citrus, yes. Pleasant dank, more floral, woodsy. Bright pineapple, I did get a little bit of pineapple. Nutrition facts, it's all zeroed out. There's nothing in here from a fat, cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrate, protein. There's 0. So again, this is probably just, water. So it says ingredients, carbonated water, hop extract. Interesting. Did not know that. And it says natural flavor. So they're using hop extract. Again, I don't know the whole process for hop water, like what they exactly do to hop it, if they like have to steep it or if they actually dry hop it like akin to a beer. I have no idea. I just know that I enjoy this one. And you know what's funny? I think, oh man, the nose of the can, now that it's empty, I can see the dankness. But again, I'm getting a huge floral woodsiness out of the can. Yeah, it's more like that citrus, that citrus, I would say more like grapefruit mixed in with a floral woodsiness. That's interesting out of the can. I didn't know it was, maybe I have to do that with these. I don't know. One more sip, make sure the 4 out of 5 is appropriate. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to crush that off camera. I wish I had a couple more to kind of just relax and drink, Anyway, price point, availability, like I said, I have no idea. I don't know if these come in 6-packs. They are in, 12 fluid ounce cans. I don't know if they come in 4-packs. So if Jeremiah from Hop Butcher, anybody from Hop Butcher, anybody in the Chicago area can tell me the price point on this, I would love to know. I would hope that these are substantially less expensive than a regular beer. I wouldn't want to pay more than like $1 a can or like $1.50 a can. So if it came in 6-packs, I'd hope they're like $10 max. I don't know. But anyway, the availability of this, I also have no idea. I'd imagine they're not probably mass distroing this. It's probably like a local Chicago area kind of thing. Now, here's the thing I would like to ask you guys here at the end. One question. What other hop water should I try? Are there others? I know there's a brand called Hop Water that's spelled, I think it's like Hop, WTR. There's Hop Water. I'm sure there's other brands. After drinking this, it doesn't make me afraid to try hard seltzers. So are there any hard seltzers out there I should give a go? I know of the, the White Claws of the world and whatnot. I know the Trulies. I also know like most breweries now do their own hop water or their own hard seltzers. So is there any hard seltzers out there that I should try? Are there any other hop waters I should try? Let me know, because again, I am a super extreme novice to this. Again, this is my third or fourth hop water, and I'm trying to kind of go outside my comfort zone and outside the box as far as reviews go. I want to try something else. But I will say, if you are in the Chicagoland area and you like hop water, give this specific hop water a go. I think it's flavorful enough where it kind of provides that little extra flavor you want out of carbonated water. And for me, I appreciate the fact that the carbonic acid is very minute, and it's not... The problem I have, it's to just specify with the Alka-Seltzers, I always feel like on the back of the palate, it just has this substantial, just sharp, astringent feel on the finish as you swallow the Alka-Seltzer. It's something that has stayed with me for, 35, 40 years since I was a kid. And I've tried some other hard seltzers over the past like 5 years, and they've all had that, even White Claws. So maybe I need to revisit them. Maybe I'm not as susceptible to it anymore. I have no idea. This is going to be a longer hop water review and then miscellaneous, beer review, miscellaneous review, just because, again, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And you guys know this from the channel. So check this one out if you can. Huge thanks to Hop Butcher for this one. And if you've had this one, what did you think about it? And how does it compare to other hop waters or other like carbonated waters, even not hop waters, like flavored regular non-alcoholic seltzers? Is this very comparable? If they are, I should try some others out. That's the other one I tried. Kind of a little bit of a cheat. I did buy a 6-pack of Spindrift, their raspberry lime, and I enjoyed it. Very expensive though. But they actually use, I think it's raspberry puree and lime puree. So it's kind of almost cheating because it doesn't look like water. It honestly looks like a fruited sour. But it's a little bit sweet because of the puree. So it's a little bit of cheat. But even those had some carbonic acid. This is not. So good job to Hop Butcher. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. That was the first ever non-beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I'm sure it's absolutely horrendous. If I keep this up, I'm sure a couple years down the line, I'll look back and be like, what the fuck was I doing? What am I talking about? What are you doing, Joe? I don't know. Just trying to go outside the box. Here we are. Going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for I was going to say another beer review, but it's not. For the first ever non-beer review. Appreciate it. To the next one. Cheers. Oh yeah, you can't. I always have a formula when I'm reviewing beer, and usually I talk about the ABV. Guys, you can't taste that ABV. You know why? There's no alcohol in here. Believe it or not. Crazy. I know. Cheers.